So the other day I installed this Rain Bird ESP-ME3 modular Wi-Fi enabled irrigation controller so that I can control the irrigation system in my backyard without actually being here. I'm not sure if we're going to tie this into that video or if this is a standalone video. If it's a standalone video, we'll link the other video up in the comments. This is more about programming a controller than installing a controller. So if you've already got your controller on the wall and you're struggling, this is how to program a Rain Bird ESP-ME3. So the controller itself has just been sitting here doing nothing, unprogrammed since we installed it. What I've been doing with it is just manually watering. So I'll quickly show you how that's working so that you can understand how, if you put a new controller in and you want to start watering straight away, like you've put it in, you're like, shit, we've got to get water on the lawn. So all I did was, see it says all and 2. So that's basically all stations will run for 2 minutes. If that's all you want to do, you hold down the arrow and it will turn on, or you can up the minutes. So we might say we want to do all stations for 5 minutes. Hold down that and it will start. Alternatively, you jump to the station that you want to run. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. We've only got 4 stations. So 1 is a lawn down here, and then you hold that arrow down and you watch, they'll pop up. So the controller works, and that was something that I guess is a good way to test if you want to test that your cable's done correctly, or you want to test that station 1, 2, 3 and 4 are there. But the main point of today is getting this controller operational so that it's hooked up to Wi-Fi. Now, I haven't done this for a while. There's no instructions in there, so I'm going to kind of go very like see how I go as I go. The first thing I'm going to need to do is download the app. So I'm assuming we'll go to the Play Store. So we'll go to the Play Store and search for Rain Bird. Let's see if that opens that up. So we've got the Rain Bird Corporation app. That looks correct. We'll install that. Now we've got the Wi-Fi dongle plugged in there. That's ready to go. It's just installing. All right, so the app is installed. I'm opening the app. It asks you to read the terms and conditions. I'm a really fast reader. I've read them. Now we're going to add a controller. So it brings up multiple options for the controller. The controller that we're going to use is the ESP-ME3. So I'm going to press that. And then it says, thank you for purchasing this Rain Bird Wi-Fi controller. Your Wi-Fi module should be flashing red. It is. If it is not flashing red and green, oh, hang on. It should be flashing red and green. If it's not flashing red and green, press the button on the Wi-Fi module. Now it's flashing red and green. All right. Open the mobile's devices settings app, go to Wi-Fi settings, verify that Wi-Fi is turned on. Wi-Fi is turned on. Find and connect to the network with the Rain Bird Wi-Fi name. All right. Done. Your Wi-Fi network has no internet access. Yes, we want to connect that anyway. So this is connecting the controller to the phone. We have identified your controller. What would you like to name this controller? I haven't thought about this.
10 minutes later.
Well, it's got to be good. I'm going to call him Controller. Controller. All right, done. It then asks you, where is the controller located? Australia. You can put your postcode in. I think that's my postcode. Couple of passwords. Connecting this controller to local Wi-Fi network will allow... Are you ready to connect this controller to your Wi-Fi network? Yes. Oh God. Is your Wi-Fi set to 5 gigahertz? Please make sure your Wi-Fi network is broadcasting 2.4 gigahertz. Some Wi-Fi router model. So this is a problem that we get installed when people are having trouble with this. I don't know what my router is pumping out. So like anything, I'm just going to press keep going. Because...
That seems like a really techie thing to know.
What's that?
Like to check.
Yeah, like who knows how many gigahertz their controller's pumping out.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But I think it's handy to know that if you are having troubles connecting this, and look, we do have it from time to time that a client rings up and says, I can't get this to work. My neighbours across the road actually have got one set up at their house, and they've asked me to come and, well, they didn't ask me, we sold the controller and I offered to help. And I went out there the other day, it was raining like crazy, and I was like, we can't do this now. So I also had no idea what I was doing. So, all right, here we go. We were unable to find the controller. Please check your Wi-Fi module and let us know what colors are flashing, red and green. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi module was not able to connect to the local Wi-Fi area. Try again. Please reconnect your mobile device to the network with the Rain Bird in the name. All right. There's only one Rain Bird. That's done. So, Hotspot Timeout. Enter your Wi-Fi name, Wi-Fi password. Maybe the password was wrong. I can't remember if I used the same password here as I did at Waterpro.
I'll cut that bit out.
Yeah, I've been typing passwords in on my screen. You'll need to block them. I've screen recorded the whole thing.
Shit, you must trust me, Annie.
Oh, you wouldn't be working for me if I didn't trust you. We recommend you sending yourself... Okay, so that works. That was just a wrong Wi-Fi password. So before you ring up and complain, it could be you. The email can be saved. Okay, let's do that. Congratulations, you can access your controller from anywhere in the world. Except currently, because of COVID-19, we can't fly anywhere, but we can travel around Australia. All right, so controller is operational. Now, at this point, I can close the controller and lock it and do the rest of this from my phone. So, at the moment, I probably want to irrigate my garden bed probably an hour a week, maybe an hour every 4 days. So I'm going to go in and start playing around with that. This is all being screen recorded, so Duffy will be able to show you what we're doing. Controller. Okay, that's cool. So it's shown that there's active irrigation and there's 2 minutes and 42 seconds left, which is the manual setup that I did. So program A is going to be lawn irrigation. And it's going to operate probably cyclical every 3 days. We probably want to water at 5 a.m. So we probably really want to water at 4:30 a.m. So one of the questions I get asked regularly is, should I water in the morning or at night? I'm a big advocate for watering in the morning. It gets water into a lawn before it's going to need it for the day. It's kind of like breakfast for a hard working day. If you water at night, in some areas, if the temperature gets quite cool, you can get fungus or moss or mold. So yeah, I'm a morning watering advocate, and I think you'll find most turfies are. Now, these sprinklers will put out 14 mil an hour. I'm going to run 7 mil a day every 3 days, so that I'm kind of getting that 21 mil over every 9 days. The advantage of me doing that is that this lawn is sloped, and if we put too much water on it at any one time, it's all just going to aquaplane straight down to, I don't even know if that's the right term, but it's going to go down to the bottom corner. Because this is such a new lawn, the root zone hasn't established, so we've got no water going deep into the soil. So if we water for half an hour at 4:30 and 5:30, I'm not going to water station up there, which is station 3. It's so bad that it just needs to dry out, and I'm just going to spot water it because it's not getting any sun. But these lawns out here, like that's station 1 that you're watching now, and then station 2 is up here and kind of half around the corner. So we're going to do that every 3 days from 4:30. This is so good. This is so much easier to use than a controller. So you can cycle and soak, which is a feature that we've talked about in past videos, where it waters for 5 minutes, turns off for 5 minutes, waters for 5 minutes. So this being sloped, we could cycle and soak and let the water soak into the ground and then turn some more water back on. I might even do that actually because it's there. So if we go to cycle and soak, yeah, there you go. So if it's programmed for 10 minutes, it'll do 5 minutes of cycle and then 5 minutes of soak. So I'm going to do that for zone 1 and zone 2. But they're programmed for 10 minutes. Where do I change that? Okay, so we want to change that to half an hour. So zone 1 is half an hour, and I'm going to cycle and soak it for 10-minute intervals, because that was 10 minutes there that we just watered, and you'll see, like walking out here now, it's not like you can hear. You might not be able to hear that on the video, but you can, like I can feel that it's quite wet underfoot, and it hasn't. There you go. Like that hasn't soaked in. We really want to give it a chance to get into the ground. So 10 minutes is a good amount of time for that. So we've got station 1, which is what you just saw. 30 minutes of watering. You know what? I'm going to probably drop it back to 20 minutes of watering, to be honest. I just don't think it's going to take it, and we're going to probably do it every 2 days. Zone 2, we're going to do for 20 minutes as well. And we'll do maximum cycle 10 minutes. So zone 1 and zone 2 are sorted. Zone 3, I'm going to turn off, and I'm just going to tend to that manually. We're home at the moment, so it's not a problem. Zone 4 is not going to be on program A. So with an irrigation controller, you can get multiple programs, multiple start times, and then you've got your run times. Now, we've got program A is my lawns, so that's going to be nice and simple. Once every 2 days, turns on for 10 minutes, turns off for 5, turns on for 10, gives it a chance for the water to soak in. Program B is going to be my garden program, so that'll be more of a deep water because the soil can handle it because it's being dripped in. So we might do 45 minutes twice a week. That'll be on a different program. So then all you need to do is allocate a station to a program, and it will just capture that program. So I'll probably have to start screen recording again because I let it die. So program A, we're calling lawn irrigation, or just lawn actually, pretty obvious that it's irrigation. And then I'm going to add a program which will be program B, which we will call garden. That will be every 4 days. And it will start. So the garden I'm going to water a bit later. So my theory behind this is, obviously we've got a household with 3 kids and we're all trying to get ready in the morning. My theory behind my watering is to get the 4:30, so by 5:30 all the watering's done. That might clash with showering a little bit, but it shouldn't. We'll see how we go. And then everyone's ready, everything's been done, and then I can have the garden irrigation come on at 9. The drip tube's under mulch, so it's not going to be suffering from any evaporation concerns that early in the morning. And then it's not going to impact anything that we're doing inside the house. So 9 a.m. the garden comes on. It's only going to be on zone 4. And that is it. So there's nothing else on zone 1, 2 or 3 on program B, and that's what we want. We want program B to be its own entity for gardens. So if we had more than one garden valve, so we had lawns got 1, 2, 3, gardens got 4 and 5, then you'd have your program B on 4 and 5, and then program A on obviously the other 1, 2 and 3. Now, that's for now. It's 30 degrees today. We've had a lot of rain. The ground's probably quite damp anyway. You need to be conscious with your irrigation programming that as you move into hotter weather, and I expect we'll have some 40-degree temperatures and possibly 45-degree temperatures. That's Celsius for those of you watching in America. It's going to get hot. It's also forecasted to be a wet spring, so we'll see what happens. The advantage of having this available to me at the touch of a button anywhere in the world is that I can micromanage my irrigation, or I can set up rules inside of it so that I don't have to even think about it. So being that we do a lot of content and that I like control, I will probably be micromanaging my irrigation. So I think I've saved it all. There's a save button there that I've clicked. It's telling me when it's going to water next. It's telling me the plan for the week. So it's going to water again on the 11th, so the 14th, which is today. So this is important to know. I've programmed it for 4:30 a.m. today. If I don't do any manual watering now, we're not getting water again till Saturday the 17th, because it's watering every 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, on the 4th day. So Wednesday and then Saturday. So it's every 3 days, I guess. I was going to drop it back to every 2 days, wasn't I? So program A, I can go in and edit and have it water every 2 days. That's done. So that'll mean that it'll water today, skip tomorrow, water the next day. That's all done. I've saved that. Pressing the save button doesn't move from anywhere, so it's almost like I'm assuming it's saved. That kind of concerns me. So I'm going to exit from the app now and go back to the controller and run through the controller and see if that information's in there. If I want to do some manual watering, I open the controller. It's connecting to the controller. Where do you go? Settings? Nope. There are no more irrigation events scheduled for today. How do you manually water? Quick run. Okay, cool. So in the home screen, you could have multiple irrigation controllers on your app, and I probably will. We'll probably have a separate controller in the front yard. So you click on the raindrop. You go to zone 2, which is what we want to do, and we're going to water for 10 minutes and press OK, and then start custom watering, and then it talks to the controller, and then the controller talks to the solenoid valves, and you should be able to turn around soon. The magic of film. And the sprinklers are working. So now, look, there's probably no need to come back to the controller, but come around this side. I've got it set to auto. So all I'm doing now is really just for the benefit of the film, because I trust that it's done. It's just flicking through and going, it's the 14th of October, that's correct. We've got ISTO 4:30, yeah, so the first station is starting at 4:30, or the first start time for program A. If I press program B, it's 9 o'clock, which is exactly what we set up. Program C doesn't exist, program D doesn't exist, so that's your start times per program, your program start times. Then station 1, program A, 20 minutes, station 2, program A, 20 minutes, station 3, nothing at the moment, which is that area up the top that I said I don't want to water because it'll flood. And then station 4, 10 minutes. Oh, that's on program A. So we don't want that. We want that to be 0 minutes on program A. And then program B was 45 minutes. Now that's interesting, because I was pretty sure that I didn't put a start time on program A for station 4. I'm gonna have a quick look. Program A, open that up, station 4, programmed 0, adjusted 0, that's interesting. Well, it's not there now, we've removed it. I'm not sure if that can, like, they communicate each way, like if I make a change there that it comes back here. I'll be using the app as my primary source. And I think that's fixed now. So that's all good. So it's all working. So what I'll do is I'll leave it on auto. That's done, and close it. Now, something cool for those of you that like to go, like, for the bells and the whistles, the sizzle, not the sausage, that kind of jazz. You can put custom photos in your little programming areas. So let's see how we do that. I think you just click on the photo. No, you click on the camera. Okay, so you can't take a photo from within the app. You have to take a photo outside of it. They appear to be landscape. So that's my lawn. That's my garden. Back into the Rain Bird app. Please allow 30 seconds before reconnecting the controller to allow... What? Come on. The app should know I'm not patient. All right, so going into the gallery, finding my lawn photo and attaching that. And then finding my garden photo and attaching that. And that's just something fun that you can do if that's the kind of shit that excites you. I'm an idiot. Please hold. All right. I think I've done that. All right, I'll put my photos in there. That's it, really. There's settings in. I mean, at the moment, the forecast is set in Fahrenheit. I'm going to take a guess and say that that's something that you can edit in settings. Controller info. Flow sensor, network settings, network info, notifications. What? Ooh, you can sync your controller with Alexa. Can you do it with anything else? Oh, come on, guys. No one's using Alexa. Okay. I can't see how you change the Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. I don't really care right now. That's done. It's watering now. That is it. I hope that's been beneficial to anyone that's got an ESP-ME3 or that's using the app. The process of connecting the controller to the phone is the same for the TM2, the RZX, the ESP-ME3, anything that uses that Wi-Fi dongle. If you're having any problems with it, contact the shop. If you're in Australia, on 0883636050. Email us at sales@waterpro.com.au, or you can DM us from any of our socials, or you can comment on a YouTube video. Whatever makes you happy. As always, I thank you for watching. I have a lot of fun making these videos. I hope they're beneficial for you. If you are enjoying them, please subscribe. Click that bell wherever it is so you don't miss out on any future content. There? 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 Anyway, you'll work it out.
Somewhere around there.